Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions for another review of another Oxford United game. And I'm sure, like the rest of you, you want to shout and you want to scream after a very frustrating defeat today. Oxford United were beaten by AFC Wimbledon. It finished AFC Wimbledon 3, Oxford United 1. We had the chance to go top of the league, and we were there for about 25 minutes before once again, and for the third time in away game, so every away game that we've played this season, we've taken the lead and we've ballsed it up and thrown it away, which all results in a pretty woeful second half performance. And so where to begin with this one, really? Oxford didn't really make many changes from the side that beat Lincoln last weekend. In fact, the only change they made was the Gavin White's on international duty, so Ryan Williams came back in. So just a good Oxford side, and playing up against the Wimbledon side, you know it's going to be a battle. You know they're going to make the game difficult. You know they can beat you in a number of different ways, really, and you know they're going to challenge you for the whole 90 minutes. So you've got to be up for it. You've got to be up for the fight. And I would say, and this is going to be controversial because the scoreline says against it, but I thought Oxford did that for large parts. I thought in the first half it was a very even game. I thought both sides looked very good going forward. I like the way Oxford didn't mess around with the ball. In fact, the times they did mess around with the ball, he nearly got picked off from playing the ball out of the back. Well, they definitely in a concerted effort to try and get the ball out wide or get the ball up high and try and pick up those second balls and build attacks from there. And I thought it was working very well. And Oxford had chances. Henry hit the post. Taylor missed a very, very, very not a simple header. I would have missed it. Of course I would have missed it. But one you would expect him to score. And Oxford looked good going forward, but once again, it's these missed chances and it's the lack of the poor decision making when you get into those right areas. And let's start to say Wimbledon did as well look dangerous when they went forward too. Many strings to the bow. They can attack you like by playing very direct, but not in a direct long ball pump it up to the big man. But they've got pace in the side. They've got good footballers and they've got power up front as well, with the likes of Palmer, who just makes it a real handful. But one of the biggest things going into the game is you would think Wimbledon, the biggest chance they have to hurt Oxford is probably from set pieces. First half, I don't know whether we got away with it, but they did look dangerous from the majority of set pieces that they had, and you contrast that with Oxford. I thought we looked bloody awful from our set pieces all the way through the game, but particularly in the first half. It's like not always bad delivery, but just no one seems to be on the end of it. People aren't picking up second balls. It just never really seems likely that we're going to score from a set piece, yet from their set pieces they look dangerous from every single one. But it was Oxford who took the lead in this game and went into half-time 1-0 up right on the stroke of half-time. Dilly-dallying on the ball. I accused Oxford of being guilty of it. You've got to say, Hartigan from Wimbledon, what the hell are you doing on the edge of the box there? And Sykes has come in and picked his pocket. Taylor did well to get out of the way because Sykes was clean through. And for once, he stuck it away. I think that's like Wimbledon's the only side he's allowed to score against. But a rare goal for Mark Sykes. It's something he needs to improve on a lot. But a little bit of a Brucey bonus, really. Oxford taking the lead again. We've taken the lead in every single league game this season. It's a lovely habit to have, and long may it continue. But 1-0 up at the break, and usual cliches applied of can we kick on, and let's hope we hold on to it. Yikes. Yikes indeed. A very frustrating and annoying second half performance, which has completely flipped this game on its head and seen Wimbledon run out deserved winners in the end by 3-1. All came down to set pieces, really. I mean, I talked about it in the first half section, but the equalising goals come from that. Again, I would say Oxford looked good. Oxford looked like they could get a second goal in this game. It really would have maybe killed them off, but the crowd grew into it, and then Wimbledon, they got the inevitable goal from a set piece, from a free kick. I think it was Nightingale, who pulled away. It might have been the other centre-half, who pulled away. He won his first header. It might have been going in, but Rudini was charging in, unmarked, of course, to just tap it into an empty net. Sloppy, really sloppy goal to give away, and typical, really. Just typical, not... It sounds weird. It's not typical of what we've been at home. At home, we've been pretty good, and we haven't conceded many sloppy goals. There's been like a couple of penalties. But we are, that's like the Bolton game in this game now, where those sloppy goals are starting to come into it. But at 1-1, the game was still in the balance, and Oxford were creating chances, and they were looking dangerous, and they were getting forward. And I thought generally Sykes had a really good game. Obviously, he scored the goal. I don't think it was Williams' best game, but generally Oxford were looking busy in and around the area. I thought Henry was looking good, but it's the clinicalness, isn't it? It's the cutting edge. And we saw that very much with Nathan Holland's chance when he came on. Henry's played a through ball to him. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He's just delaying his shot. The defender's able to go back. Hennigan, I think, great challenge, is able to get back and defend. And it's just another one of those ones that goes begging. And you just sat there watching it, just going, just fucking shoot! And to make matters worse, Wimbledon went right up the other end after that Nathan Holland chance and got their second goal of the game. And you felt it was going to cut. You felt it was inevitable. Every time they got a set piece, the crowd just roaring away. You knew they sensed it, and they sensed Oxford's vulnerability, and they got big, powerful centre-backs. But what bothers me is why Nightingale is able to get a free header and a free run, and why someone like Moore, why is Thornley not marking him? Frustrating, very, very, very frustrating. A very simple goal to give away, and ultimately that comes back again as saying that we're giving away those set piece goals. I always think of very simple goals, but we're not getting those goals. We have to work so damn hard to stick the ball in the net, and we're just not getting those little simple goals at the moment. I mean, it might change. It's just set pieces at the moment, you might as well just bloody pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. I mean, we pretty much do that anyway, but that's how it feels. I never really felt Oxford were going to win this game from there. I know it sounds silly to say. I didn't think we were going to get a draw, and I know that we huffed and puffed, and there was a chance for Brannigan, and again, you know, we kept going, and we kept trying to get on the front foot, but we were picked off pretty soon after the second goal to make it 3-1. It was Radini, and it was the best goal of the game. It was a great goal. It was a great counter-attack, a great move. They got down the left-hand side, they pulled it back, and he just arrived on the edge of the box and curled a lovely shot in past Jack Stevens, who couldn't really do anything about it, and that was game over. And for the second year in a row, we've taken the lead at a very difficult ground to go to, even more difficult with fans there, and we've capitulated. We've capitulated in a very short space of time as well, which is very, very worrying. And also need to put on top of that the fact that we had that chance to go top of the league, and it would have been so nice to see Oxford sitting top of the league after 6 games. Maybe we'll just have to wait until the 46th game to when we finally get to that top spot. Wishful thinking. But I'd be interested to know in your thoughts on Robinson in this game, because he is coming in for a bit of flack with the substitutions that he's made. Sam Winnall is... I mean, I like to give these guys the benefit of the doubt because they don't get long runs in the team or anything like that. Winnall's very much like you get a game, you're on the bench, you get a game, but he just doesn't look that threatening. He doesn't look like a guy that can come on and change a game. And whereas you've got Dan Adjie, who plays and scores in midweek, and then he can't get on the pitch as well. Mark Sykes, arguably the best player today, probably scored a goal. Why not keep him on and change one of the other players as well? But ultimately it's set pieces that's cost us this game. Set pieces and, you know, the lack of sharpness in front of goal, which continues to be a problem. We're only early days of the season, but, you know, fair play to Wimbledon. Let's give them their due. At the end of the day, they were better in both penalty boxes and deserved to win the game, I thought, especially after that poor second half performance. But Oxford move on. Big game next weekend. Big game next week against Wickham at home. That brings up, I know it's only early days of the season, but it brings on even more significance to try and get a result in that one. You don't want to try and make this like 2 defeats or, you know, go on a winless run. So it'd be very good if Oxford can continue the good home form at the Kassam and get a win in that one. As for this one, yeah, I think we need to men in black ourselves and try to forget it ever happened, because yikes, that's the word that describes it. Yikes. And that'll very much do it from me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. It helps us out so much on YouTube. And if you like the content and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit the notify bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. We'll be back with some more Premier League and League One predictions and some Oxford United videos next week. But I'm really interested to know your comments. Oxford fans, Wimbledon fans, let me know down below your thoughts on everything about this game or anything about any game. I'm just happy to hear from you. So, try and enjoy it, Oxford fans. Bye for now.